Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for returning. Mama T from Mama T's Craft Closet. And today we're going to be doing some stuff with resin. Now I realized in the first video, thank you so much first of all for the subscribers that subscribed. There's 13 of you. A couple things that I learned from that first video. The audio from me talking was terrible. Because I just used the regular audio through my phone, but the intro and outro were really loud, so I apologize for that. It's all a learning process, you guys. So I've really gotten back into UV resin. I was doing a lot of polymer clay stuff for a while, and I've kind of gotten out of that. But the thing with UV resin, the thing that I used it for the most to begin with was using it to finish my polymer clay jewelry pieces. So this piece right here is a polymer clay pendant that I made. And as you can see, it's nice and shiny. It has the resin. So this is with translucent clay. I colored some of it with alcohol ink, which is one of the colorants that we're going to be using today. Excuse me. And so the nice part, the UV resin, it makes it pretty much indestructible, but then it also puts a nice shiny finish on it. So what we're going to be doing is tonight, like I said, we're going to be doing a ring. So this is one that I made the other day. This has, it's a black base with a nail polish, chrome illusion, like nail polish. It's the actually UV nail polish, like a gel nail polish that you cure with a UV lamp. And I mixed that with resin because it by itself does not cure at all, which I've learned. Learned the hard way a couple different times, but anyways, so the ring actually starts out like this. So it starts off like this, as you can see. It's probably trying to focus on me, so there we go. So it starts off like that, so you can see the kind of, there we go, that's a little better with my face in the background. You can see the gap that's there, or the channel that's there, and that's what you fill with the resin. So like I said, there you see that the channel is filled, and it's filled with that really cool, focus on the ring, there we go. And this one, I think I actually used interference powder at the back too, before I mixed the nail polish with the clear UV resin. So UV resin starts off clear. That's a given. They do make colored resin, but UV resin is a resin that cures with the UV light or the sun, because that's UV. The one that I just started using is by Let's Resin. So this is the brand. I am not sponsored or affiliated or anything with any brands yet. One can only hope and dream that that changes, right? So, but one of the resins I started using, because resins are tricky, UV resin is tricky because there are some that I've used that I bought at local craft stores that do not cure as well. They're gummy. It depends on the light you have. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just really go buy it and do it. But this is one that I found is my most favorite, that I get on Amazon. UV resin, that's the brand. It's pretty inexpensive. I can buy it right on Amazon. It's great. You can use alcohol inks to color UV resin. So this is one of the brands of alcohol inks that I use. There's Panada. There's these ones, which are Ranger. I have bought some Let's Resin alcohol inks, and I've also bought their dyes, their opaque resin dye. So this is the Let's Resin dye. So that's a yellow. This is a translucent one. So that's the other thing with UV resin. It needs to be able to, the light needs to be able to go through the resin to cure it. That's how it cures it. If you do something that's opaque, it's not going to cure. Or if it does, it's going to take forever, or it's not going to cure fully. So then you'll get like a squishy inside and a hard outside. Not what you want. It's not durable. It's not good. This here I have, it's cut by Spin It. It's actually by the We Are Memory Keepers brand. And they do all kinds of resin, not resin, but like spinning things. So, so I kind of rigged this up myself. This was actually a spinner for a tumbler. So I could do tumblers with this if I wanted to, although I think I threw away the other piece that the tumbler went on. Here's a little cup I'm going to use. I think this actually came with the Let's Resin. So I'm going to put this in here. So I am doing this at night because Whoa, see static. Because UV light, like the sun, is not UV resin's friend. So this first ring that I'm going to do like a sunset scene, I think. So I'm going to use this color, which is Dandelion, Valencia, and Crimson. So that'd be a nice little, actually this is more like fire, I guess, more like a fire. And then the other three colors I'm going to use are going to be, I'm going to make 2 rings, are going to be Fiesta, Limeade, and Mermaid. So some pretty tropical colors. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this mixative. It's Snowcap, and I'm going to shake it up. You have to really, really shake your alcohol ink. The only ones that come with the little ball in it are actually going to be the ones that have like a mixative where things settle. Like these ones don't have any of that in it. See, it's just the regular ink, so it doesn't really have anything at the bottom. But I've never done this before, so we'll see how it works. So I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to turn it all the way on. It's not drilled evenly, so you can see that it kind of wobbles and makes a little bit of a noise, but that's okay. All right, so I've never done this before, and actually I should get an alcohol wipe. Hold on. So UV resin also works best when things are really clean. So I have, I buy like a 3-box pack of alcohol wipes off of, actually not off of Amazon, believe it or not. I'm just going to drip this right onto the ring. It should stick to it. So, whoa, that is the cool thing with alcohol inks. Stuff does stick to it pretty well. All right. So here goes nothing, guys. So I'm just going to try. Sometimes these things come out of here so fast. Okay, so I'm literally just going to do that and let it spin around it and see what happens. That's going to be really good base if it works. There we go. And it will dry, and that's actually probably really good because... All right, so I've mixed up the Mermaid. Let's see what that does. Drip. Oh boy, that's a big one. That's a big drip. Right there. Whoa. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Oh my. Okay, so this is... I don't know what's gonna happen if I carry it. I'm gonna try running this through it, see what happens. Oh wow, yeah, that's doing something really weird, isn't it? So that's what happens. Oh gosh. Okay, well, let's see if it'll even cure, because I don't think it's going to. This is a new UV resin light I got from Let's Resin. So like I said, I am not sponsored by any of these companies. I can only dream to someday be sponsored by a company. Would be amazing. But so this is a UV resin lamp, and it's double-sided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right under here and then put it on for 5 minutes. And we'll come back and check it out and see how it looks. All right, guys, so this has just about been curing for 5 minutes. It's going to shut off when it's ready. But one thing that, one reason why I'm doing this channel is to help you not to do the doopy things that I do, so I save you time and money. Because now with the UV lighting right here, I have this container that has my mix right here. I don't know if you, there we go, now you can see it, of UV resin. Well, you can't leave the container right there, Tanya, because guess what? It cures when it's near the UV light. So now I've wasted that resin. Thank goodness it's only a little teeny bit, but still. So whenever you go to turn on your UV lamp, you need to remove your resin. That's why resin comes in a black bottle. For those of you that didn't know that, that's why it always comes in a black bottle. UV resin always comes in a black bottle. Epoxy resin will come in a clear bottle, but UV resin is always a black bottle. I thought this was closer to being done for 5 minutes than it is, so we'll be back. All right, guys, so now it is officially done curing. So let's take, well, I mean, it's done Oh, wow. That looks like a mess. Oh, man. All right. So let's see how this is. Yeah. So see, it's got some bits that are cured, but then you can see there are other bits that are not at all. Ugh. Okay. So I'm going to get this out of the way because we're done using this. But, because I don't want to waste the resin, it's kind of silly to waste stuff that you spend money on. So this here is a mold that I got on Amazon. I think Let's Resin does sell it. So, and then this is the tray here. So again, cat hair, see that on there? Yep, of course, cat hair everywhere. All right, so we're gonna slide this out of the way. That's gonna go in the garbage. Okay. So I'm just gonna so these are all cool cabochon shapes, and they're really, really cool. And I actually bought this after I watched a Daniel Cooper video because I fell in love with them. I was like, oh, those are so cool, I gotta buy them. So I did. All right, so I think I'm just gonna use the red and yellow this time. I'm not gonna use the orange. Oh, and I just threw away the red. Ay, ay, ay. And we're back. Again, hey, I told you guys I have ADHD, so it was going to be a fun ride. All right. I did give that stipulation in the beginning of this whole adventure, so you got nobody to blame but yourself if you're still watching, but I gratefully, gratefully appreciate you still watching. So, yeah. So here we go. All right. So I'm just going to do one of these here. So I'm just going to scoop it out. Scoop, scoop. I don't know if I'm even going to have enough to, I should probably do the smaller one. There really isn't a lot of resin in here. Do that. But yeah, so, and actually this will give me the answer. I just thought about this. This will give me the answer as to whether it is because I put that white dye in here. Because if this doesn't cure, then that is exactly why. So I'm going to put that in there like that. So yeah, so that'll give me a good indication as to if that is why. So I'm going to put that in there like that. And like I said, it happens. So what I'm going to do with this actually is I'm going to drip it down the sides. And that should make a cool effect. Just drip it right down the side. It looks like ketchup and mustard. Oh gosh, some projects come out way better than others, guys. Just saying. It's nature of the beast. All right. Those kind of joined together, didn't they? So I'm gonna go like this right around the edge. I'm gonna go like this, so then it will drip down, and then I'm gonna cure that, and then I'm gonna put clear resin over it. See what that does. Again, though, this is part of the fun of UV resin because you get results instantly. Daniel has done a lot of really cool videos with epoxy resin and what's called a Petri effect. The results are just mind-boggling. If anybody's seen that movie, you know that reference. But yeah, so all right, I'm going to leave that just the way it is. I'm going to try curing this, and we're going to see if it is, in fact, the ow, 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 ow. The dye that I put in there. Oh, we need to torch that real quick. Bubbles in there. You want to be careful when you're doing this, you guys, so you don't burn your mold. Because that's a bummer. All right, so we're going to come back in a minute after I cure this. All right, guys, we are back to see here. So the cool part about, like I said, about this light is that it's double-sided. So with the UV resin mold, it's clear on both sides. That's how you cure all of it. The cool part with this light is that I don't have to worry about, I'm just noticing this is dirty. I don't have to worry about flipping the mold over to get the underside of it. I can just use this light and it cures, both sides at the same time. Now, UV resin cures really, really quickly normally, but see how that's still, it's kind of rubbery. Usually it cures hard. I'm trying to get this piece out. It's kind of stuck to the mold. It's kind of smushy, which is really weird. And I think it is because of that, that dye that I put in there. So part of me is, yeah, see, no way that's cured underneath there. In the middle. It's not curing in the middle. It's curing on the outside. But I guarantee you, if I were to poke that middle, it's going to spurt out. So let's just see. Yep. Oh, it's so weird. Hold on, let me pull this out. That is so weird. Oh my gosh, it feels like a gusher. It feels like a gusher. I don't know why it's doing that. It's so strange. Let's see, I'll show you. It's like a gusher, and I don't understand why just the outside is curing. Watch when I poke this, it's gonna make a mess. There we go. See? And there it is. Like, what the heck? I don't understand why that happened. And well, actually, I do understand why that happened because it's not opaque. I mean, it is opaque. It's not translucent. It is opaque. So, yeah. Okay. So, learned a couple things. So, the first ring that we did, where is it? Right here. So, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. Can I get it to focus here? There we go. I mean, somebody may like it. Like, I don't always just create for myself, I sometimes think I do. Because guess what? I don't need to always create for myself. So if I want to get colors that are more noticeable, then I need to do a white background. If I want them to look opaque but not actually be opaque, then I need to do a white background, because when I actually made them opaque, it didn't work, it didn't cure. So, that's wasted resin, unfortunately. But that's what happens. So there's definitely one thing that we learned. The other thing we learned is we can use, though, an alcohol ink to create the base, whether it be black or white. So what I'd like to try next is doing this same kind of design, or same kind of technique, I guess you could say, but using the black alcohol ink to create the background. So then that leaves me more space to create cooler levels, because I have a couple ideas. So maybe we'll try that next week. But thank you guys again so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Leaving comments is big things, I've heard. I don't know what it does. If anybody could tell me, that would be great. But apparently leaving a comment is a good thing. But yeah, I really appreciate all you guys' support, and thanks so much. Bye. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.